continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
The day has come. The day that Dr. Michael Rossi thought he'd never see. The day that the Elliot Carsons are leaving Peyton Place. An abrupt, unforeseen, and bitterly painful end to a friendship that had grown and flourished for many years. And Dr. Rossi is helpless to do anything about it.
Well, that finishes it here.
Yes, I guess so. Well, it didn't take as long as I thought.
Oh, it did it? Like the Clarion. Zip, 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 and nobody would ever know that I spent a couple of years of my life there. Is that it? Yeah, the rest of the stuff we want you to take is at the house. You have the address, don't you?
Right, thanks.
Shouldn't one of us go along to supervise?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Guess you're right. You know, there for a moment outside, I thought Michael was going to come over.
Anyone home?
Temporarily. Come in, come in. Very best wishes, young lady.
Thank you.
Yes, we're very happy for you. Rod came by yesterday.
Yes, he told me.
I know of a house for rent if you're in the market.
What?
Nothing important. I think I will go outside with the movers.
All right.
Supervise.
Mrs. Carson, may I be open and completely honest with you?
Yes, of course.
I want you to stay for the wedding. I'm just asking you to stay one extra day, Mrs. Carson. Actually, half a day.
But, Betty, you don't understand.
But I do understand. I wouldn't be asking if I didn't need so much for you to be there with me.
Isn't your mother coming?
No, she isn't. It's just half a day, Mrs. Carson. Half a day.
Elliot and I had to leave. We explained all this to Rodney, didn't he tell you?
Yes, he told me. I know I'm pushing you, but I just need the approval of someone like you. Allison's mother.
I understand, and I'm flattered. But I just can't. You see, Elliot and I have made up our minds to leave. No matter what. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, there are too many memories and too much to think about. So the only way to do it, the only way to leave is just to leave. Neither one of us wants any prolonged goodbyes. Do you realize how many people they'd be questioning us at the church? It's painful enough, Betty. Well, I know you want to stand there at the altar with Rod and look over at me and see me saying, yes, it's right and it's good. And I'm saying it. You know that Elliot and I wish you and Rod all the luck in the world. You know that.
Thank you, Mrs. Carson. I'll miss you.
We'll see you at the house.
Mr. Carson, goodbye.
Goodbye, Betty.
What are you doing? He told me to wait in the car. So in the meantime, I've been conducting Schubert's Rosamunde. How's Dad?
He's fine. Okay, let's go.
No, that's okay. You go ahead. I'll walk.
All right? We'll sit down and have a talk when you get home.
Sure.
I'll expect you in an hour. Carolyn?
courthouse is such a beat-up old building, but that's where it's at, isn't it? What did you and Dad talk about just now?
We had to go over the property settlement again.
You mean who gets what?
That's right. Carolyn, do you feel I'm shutting you out? Is that it?
I don't know what you're doing. Either of you. I don't know who's right or who's wrong, why it happened, or how. I don't even know when exactly. But I'm sure that if you thought it was important enough, you'd let me know, wouldn't you?
I didn't mean to make you so bitter.
Oh, am I bitter? Oh, I don't mean to be.
Well, you can't help it. I know that. But when we're situated somewhere else, all of this...
I'm not going with you.
You're what?
I'm not going to New York.
Well, I'm afraid that's not up to you.
Oh, I'm afraid that that's all that's up to me. You and Dad said, it's over. And, someone that I don't even know sat up on a bench over there and said, it's all right with the state. And, someone that I never even heard of said that they'd make room for me in a school that, I never even heard of. So I'm just saying that I'm not going with you.
With me?
Or with anyone. Excuse me?
Carolyn!
Hey, Joe, wait for me!
I was afraid you'd gone somewhere. These should go out today.
Well, you caught me.
I didn't stop to think
Oh, no, there's no problem.
Well, go on. That's more important.
No, I was just asking for help, but that's about the fastest answer I've ever had. Here, let me see.
No, really.
Look,
Not
you said it
important.
has to go out today, right? Well, if I don't sign them now, they may not get off till next Thursday. How many T's in commitment?
What?
Commitment.
1.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. I looked it up.
That's funny. Doesn't look right.
Maybe that's because you wrote it with 2.
You see what kind of executive you're working for? I not only forgot to tell you about my most important daily appointment, I even forgot how to spell a word I probably use in 52 sermons a year.
Well, I guess the meaning's more important than the spelling.
I hope so.
Do you come here every morning?
At 10 o'clock sharp. Since this seems to be the coffee break, do you mind if I join you? Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
Good morning, darling. Did you miss me?
Good morning. Of course. Thanks, Jill. I'll catch the rest of these in a few minutes, huh?
How's she working out?
Oh, fine.
She must be doing something right if she can just walk right in on your meditation hour.
How was Boston?
Boston was fine. I'd hoped you'd call to find out.
No, you needed that time alone.
I wanted you to come.
Susan, you know what would happen if I left the ministry? Oh, I could eventually take over one of your father's companies. Now, I wouldn't mind the money. I might even find the work challenging. But I would always know inside that I ran away from something that I was chosen to do. Now, I believe that. I really believe that he wants me here, doing what I'm doing right now.
Tom, if you just left this, if you just walked out, you could still be active in the church. You could be doing as much for people as you're doing now, perhaps more.
No.
Darling, wearing that collar does not make you any different. It doesn't. You won't change.
I would change. He would eat at me until I couldn't stand it anymore. Then I would take it out on you. I would blame you for making me quit. Blame you for my failure. What will we have then?
What do we have now?
Susan, You knew what I wanted before we got married, and you thought it was all right. The seminary, our first church, even here.
Darling, I'm tired. I'm tired of people who lean on you all day long just to get through the day. Somebody always has a problem that you have to solve. I just want to live with you, to live with you like two normal human beings, like we used to be.
How many times I've told people that the greatest gift he gave us is free will. That's our problem, isn't it? We're both free to choose, but we can't make the same choice.
Tom.
I guess there's only one compromise.
Divorce? Well, I don't want that now.
Susan? My life is here.
Until death do us part. Do you know what you'll be doing tomorrow? You'll be saying the same words in the same place for two people who want their marriage blessed by the authority vested in you. Well, I wonder how much it would mean to be married in the church for Mrs. Rodney Harrington if she knew that all we have left is a divorce court.
Susan, stop it.
Oh, well, what kind of God is he? I mean, Tom, where is he? This is his house, isn't it? Where is he when the two people he has joined together are standing here telling each other they still love each other but can't live together because of him?
Now, I said we're free to choose. Serve him or turn our backs. I can't turn mine. Now, I wish I could, if it would help us, but I can't. And I can't show him to you. There's only one way to see God. You look for him in the center of the universe.
Would you mind telling me where that is, please?
For you, right where you're standing. And as long as you insist upon putting yourself there, putting what you want first, you're the only God you'll ever know.
Thank you very much, Reverend Winter. You've made it all quite clear.